A very good morning to our respected principal ma'am, Dr. Sita Shankar, dear coordinators, Pramila ma'am, Sharmila ma'am, Simi ma'am, Amuda ma'am, and Shanti ma'am, our eminent judges, our supportive teachers, and my dear friends. I am Pranav Sanjay, and it is my privilege to have you all join us here to share the momentous joy that Excellencia 2021 has brought to us. Despite the continued struggle that the pandemic poses, it is our pride to announce that Excellencia 2021 has yet again been an immense success with the help of our dedicated event organizers and, of course, our enthusiastic and talented participants.
What adventure it was! Participants of all age groups from all across the country. The feverish and enthusiastic fervor to put the best foot forward, and it all culminated in a thoroughly satisfying and thrilling event. It was an honor to get to know all of you. A literary fest is a chance for us to explore the writer, the director, the actor, or the orator in us. A chance to be creative and adventurous. And that is what Excellencia 2021 has achieved this year yet again. With that in mind, I wish you all a very good morning, and I, Trisha, along with my friend Pranav, welcome you to the closing ceremony of Excellencia 2021.
Life will throw a million challenges at us, but to get through them, we need to be positive, be kind, and be true. We pray to God to give the strength to do so, and with that in mind, I would request all of you to join your hands and close your eyes for the school prayer.
Oh Lord, I honestly pray in thankfulness for every single day, for all creations bright and beautiful everywhere. We at GIS, we need your guidance as we learn to love and honor our parents and our teachers and our friends with everything we do and sing. We at GIS, we need your presence to experience the joy of learning in the classrooms and all around. With every step we take each day, shine on us, shine on us. Oh Lord, I earnestly pray in thankfulness for every single day, for all creations bright and beautiful as we learn to love and honor our parents and our teachers and our friends with everything we do and say. We at GIS we need your presence to experience the joy of learning in the classrooms and all around. With every step we take each day, shine on us, shine on us, shine on us.
It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you our directors, Dr. Prabhakar and Ma'am Sunita Prabhakar. It is a brilliant vision of transforming young minds into potentially successful individuals, which has risen us to glorious heights of achievement. Thank you, sir and ma'am, for supporting us throughout.
Moving on, I would like to introduce our principal, Dr. Sita Shankar, who is an avid reader and who believes that books have the power to inculcate empathy and enhance us as individuals. She supports all her students and teachers with admirable faith and encourages us to chase our dreams. Thank you, ma'am, for always having our back and guiding us the right path, one that helps us achieve our true potential and be a good human being. With that, it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce our heroic principal, Dr. Sita Shankar.
Good morning. A warm welcome to the closing ceremony of Excellencia, a literary odyssey. I believe I speak for us all when I say Excellencia 2021 was a monumental success by generating a genesis of collaborations and cooperations from both international and national participants. In all ways, this fest has encompassed every aspect that comes under effective education and learning, from inspiring students through compelling talks by prominent literary personalities to influencing parents to let children follow their passions. Excellencia has trumpeted the need for quality literary education and a holistic environment where students with all their capabilities flourish. As the curtains have now been drawn on this epic fest, I must convey my unfathomable gratitude to our directors, Dr. Prabhakar and Mrs. Sunita Prabhakar, our esteemed judges, participating schools, and our partner schools across the globe. Conducting a virtual literary fest of this proportion is truly a feat. This would not be possible without the untiring efforts of GIS teachers, students, and admin. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Shantanu Dattagupta and Ms. Vinita Kolo for taking time off their busy schedules and patiently interacting with our students. Looking forward to meeting all of you again next year, hopefully in our school campus, for Excellencia 2022. Until then, keep reading. God bless.
I had the privilege of meeting Vinita ma'am and interacting with her, for which I am so very grateful. Her warm personality and her knowledge about all kinds of books takes one's breath away. Her wonderfully humane insights about life and empathetic understanding of children makes her an engaging speaker from whom we can learn innumerable life skills. Her warm smiles and incredibly kind eyes make us feel completely at home. She is just as inspiring in her literary works as she is as a person. Vinita ma'am is a storyteller who works with words, images, and paint. Apart from her immense talent in writing and directing, ma'am is also a passionate painter. It is my honor to introduce to you Ma'am Vinita Coelho, where in an interactive video she has brilliant conversation with the middle school daredevils.
Good afternoon, Sita ma'am. Good afternoon, Vinita ma'am. And good afternoon, coordinators, Simi ma'am and Amuda ma'am, if they are there, ma'am. And I would hand it over to Trisha, who is our grade 11 student, to welcome you, ma'am.
A very good afternoon to our dear Principal Sita ma'am and Dipanita ma'am and my dear friends. And a very, very warm welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Ma'am Vanita. A literary festival is a dream come true to people who love to read. And as students, we feel reading is a sacred and enticing mission. In this journey, we are predictably very excited to have the privilege of interacting with you, ma'am. It is my honor and privilege to introduce Ma'am Anita to this august gathering. She is a storyteller who works with words, images, and paint. He has recently been honored by the Sahitya Academy with the Bal Purashkar for her writing work. Among the awards she has won are the Neve Foundation Award, the Hindu Goodreads Award, and the Peekabook Award. She has had a long career in film and television as writer, producer, and director. She has over 800 hours of writing credits to her name, both in India and in Southeast Asia. These include daily soaps, weekly series, and telefilms, including Trikal, Commando, and telefilms such as Wild Rose and The Picnic. She is currently working on the adaptation of her book Sitara that has been optioned by Yashraj Films to be made into a web series. She is also writing the web series called Shapat for Alchemy Productions. And apart from her immense talent in writing and directing, Ma'am is also a passionate painter. She works with paint on glass and with charcoal on paper. Ma'am, we are awestruck by your achievements and immensely grateful for your presence today. Thank you so much for being here. May I ask Dipanita ma'am to take over, please?
So, ma'am, we are indeed awestruck. Okay. I will now allow the children, I will actually unleash them on you, I guess. So we would start. We would start with Drishtant. Drishtant, ma'am is all yours for the time being.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. It's a pleasure to meet you today, actually. I'm excited for this event now. Okay, I have a question for you, actually. So, what techniques or expression would a writer choose, or any writer, when they write a story? So, would you please suggest few practical ways?
That's a very big question because it takes us years as a writer to actually decide this is what I like writing, these are the techniques I like. I like writing short stories, or I like writing in humor. That's kind of a discovery over several years that you make. But what I can suggest for you to get started is normally the style that you write in will be very close to the kind of reading that you like to do. So you should take a look at your reading. If you like reading lots and lots of fantasy, I suspect you lean towards writing fantasy. If you really like reading short stories, you're going to tend to write short stories. And there's another reason for that. It's also because when you read, you're not just reading a book, you're also getting a masterclass on writing. The best way to learn how to write is to read a lot. And the best way to learn what is good writing is to read really bad books. Because when you read a book and you say, oh, this is terrible, then you know what you don't like. And that's a very important thing to know. So for you to start out writing, I would say first look at what you like reading. Look at what naturally excites you. Don't set yourself things like homework, saying, I'm now going to write a book which is very meaningful and which is about climate warming. Please don't do homework. When you first set out as a writer, you must enjoy it. Otherwise, you're not going to stick with it. So write stuff that you love, and you will always find things that you love in the spaces that you read. So look at what you read and try writing in that space because you'll know it well and you'll enjoy it. That's my advice.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Then I would request Nithila. Nithila, would you please come ahead? Yes.
Yes. Hi, ma'am. I'm Nithila from grade 7 IGCSC. Hi. I feel honored to see you today, and I'm very excited. I mean, like, I I'm pretty overwhelmed by your work, and I'm sure every student is inspired by your work. I have a question for you today. Um, what role does reading and writing play in honing 21st century skills?
Oh, this is something that a principal told me. I go to a lot of schools and interact with kids, and every time I'll ask them what they read, and normally everyone's reading at a particular level. And I went to this one school in Delhi where the kids were reading at that level. And I was like, my God, how did this happen? How come they're reading so ahead of what kids normally read? And the principal told me, she said, we treat reading as the primary skill because we believe the way that the world is changing, things are changing so fast. There's new technology coming every day. The skills that you learn today in 5 years' time are useless. So we believe kids have to keep learning through their lives. They'll have to keep learning new skills because as technology changes, you need to change with the technology. And she says only a child who can read is a child who can train themselves. And I thought that made so much sense because a good reader can get online, look up stuff, understand it, read it. So to me, that's what I tell all parents and all teachers now. Reading is the primary skill because way past after children leave school, they'll still need to learn. The world has become like this. Nothing stays static. I mean, careers that were great careers 10 years ago have vanished thanks to the internet coming along. We don't know what will come along 10 years from now. And therefore, it's very important to be flexible in your learning. And the best tool for learning is reading. Reading is self-teaching. You can teach yourself. If you love reading, if you embrace it, you can learn anything. So that's the connection for me between reading and learning and writing, of course.
Thanks a lot for clarifying my doubt, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
That
Welcome.
was such a, we would thank you so much, ma'am, because you made it feel what we always believe, that reading is like breathing in oxygen. Like it's like living life fully. So without
Yeah.
that, without oxygen, we can't survive. None of our body parts work. So without reading, none of our brain or whatever, emotions, empathy, nothing work. And research is on always. Brilliant, ma'am. It's so lovely to listen to you. Okay, Tejas, ma'am is all yours. Yes, Tejas.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Tejas.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm doing fine, actually. It's a very rainy day, but I've just eaten an entire bar of chocolate, so I'm feeling very good.
Yes, ma'am, I'm Tejas from grade 7, and I'm really excited to talk to you today because reading is my favorite hobby. And I started reading at the age of 5, and I read books of all genres. And even after reading many books, even I started writing short stories. And I'm also reading one of your books, The Whispers in the Wind, ma'am. I really liked the book, ma'am, and one of my favorite characters in that book was Constania because of her courage and love for others and all. I like her very much in the book. And ma'am, when a famous author is sitting in front of me, I cannot express my feelings. And I have a lot of questions to ask to you about reading and writing, but because of the time limit, I can only ask you one question right now. Ma'am, and the question I will ask to you about reading is, ma'am, does reading really improve us as human beings? And how does the characters in books influence us, ma'am?
Okay. Firstly, if you're reading Whisper in the Wind, you are doing some very advanced reading because that's an adult novel and it's a complex adult novel. It's not a simple one. It's in the gothic genre, and that's a difficult one to read. I'm very impressed that you're reading it. I truly am. Ah, you know, for me, what writing does and reading does, for me as a writer, when I create characters, I get to walk in the shoes of somebody else. And I think that's what happens for readers as well. When you see the world through different perspectives, through different people, you hear different people's stories, it opens your heart and it opens your mind. And that's crucial. If we want to be better people, then we need to have a range of experiences. Now, our lives now, especially in the lockdown, since we're locked at home, our range of experiences narrowed tremendously. But you can still have that experience by opening a book. Books are like time travel machines. You kind of open them and you can step into other worlds, into other places. You can go underground, you can travel to Mars, you can meet magicians, you can meet dragons. So these fabulous time travel machines take you into different years, places, times, and people. I think that's a really important thing that books do, is let you inhabit other lives. And there is nothing like a book for opening the heart and the mind. So that's really what books give us more than anything else. And I know that in many schools, teachers tell kids, read, read, it'll improve your English. But I always say, never read to improve your English. There are 100 other things you can do to improve your English. You should read for the love of it. Read because it touches you. Read because it excites you. Read because you want to. Reading is too special for it to be reduced to some drudgery or some task that you have to do. Read for the love of it. And that is the most rewarding kind of reading, because that love will come back to you in many, many ways.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That solves the mystery of why we want to be Harry Potter or an enchantress sometimes, why we want to be Elizabeth of the Little Women sometimes. And all different kinds of characters. We want to be Robinson Crusoe. Yes, we want to be everything. When we read, we ingest, we take in some quality or the other. And that's how value is built. Our core values are built from the way we read and the characters we see. Thank you so
Very
much, ma'am. Isn't it true, ma'am? I mean, I felt like that. So you would be able to guide us best. So thank you so much, ma'am. And the next girl that I would like to introduce to you, I know I don't teach her as yet, but I have a strong suspicion that she's going to be a wonderful orator one day. She seems to be having a mind of her own, and she looks as if she's a very, very avid and passionate person. So over to you, Ridhima. Ma'am is all yours.
Thank you so much, ma'am. A very good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, Ridhima.
Ma'am, so as you know, I'm Ridhima. I'm from class 7. Ma'am, I really, really thank you for giving us this opportunity to meet you and get so many insights from you, ma'am. I'm too excited, and I feel like I should get more time to talk to you. And yes, ma'am, I too do strongly believe that characters do influence, and I think especially girls like us. I still admire Cinderella, Snow White, and I think even Rapunzel, and I'm sure most of them agree with me. Ma'am, you being a children's author with stories of different genres, today I would like to mainly focus on the fairy tale category, ma'am, which I still enjoy reading. So, ma'am, my question here is, do fairy tales contain anything meaningful for new readers?
Fairy tales have survived several thousand years, and if they've survived several thousand years, there must be something there that works. So the Grimm's brothers. You've heard of the Grimm brothers and their collections of fairy tales. Well, they were anthropologists, and they went around collecting fairy tales because they found that fairy tales had a great impact. Fairy tales tapped into very, very primal emotions of ours. Fairy tale tapped into fears of ours, and that's why they survived so long, because people connected with fairy tales. You see, the fairy part of a fairy tale is the dressing on the top. But what is at the heart of the story is something that is emotionally true, something that connects with us at a different level. And that's why fairy tales have survived. And I think they always will, because they give us much more than just stories of fairies. So you look at Snow White, you look at Cinderella, the story of the underdog, you know, and they're so powerful because Cinderella has been redone a million times. I mean, you remember Julia Roberts in the film Pretty Woman, that's Cinderella. I mean, Cinderella gets retold every 50 years. Somebody does a different version of it. And the reason that it hangs around being retold is that it holds an eternal truth. It holds an eternal connection. It holds an eternal emotional truth and resonance to it. So fairy tales are very, very powerful. They are our first kind of storytelling was in that space, in myth and fairy tales. And we still respond to them very, very deeply, far deeper than the conscious mind. So I think fairy tales are here to stay. I do think that they need to be reinvented for every generation to connect with the generation in their own way. What is Princess Diaries for your generation? That's Cinderella, yet again, done as the Princess Diaries. So they do need to be reinvented, but you will find that that trope, that particular type of storytelling really goes on forever, because it goes back to us sitting around a campfire, as cavemen, trying to hear stories that would explain to us why the world was the way it was, why is there thunder, why is there lightning, why do strange things happen. And as our world gets more technologically complex, the truth is that the fears are even more. Now there's so many things that we don't understand. I mean, what is the net going to do to us? What is climate change going to do to us? So in many ways, we're still those fearful people. The fire that we gather around now is the internet, but the stories are the same. The stories address our deepest fears. They address the knowledge that we wish we knew. So you're right, fairy tales will be around a long, long time.
Yes, ma'am, I do agree with that. Ma'am, I would like to share one of my experiences with you, which I thought, it might connect to what you said. So, ma'am, as toddlers, right, we do hear bedtime stories of fantasy world, and as we grow up, our interest changes, like from fairy tales to fiction, horror, investigation, mythology, etc. Ma'am, so one thing, my mom used to read Cinderella in books. So, mom, I still remember the day when my mom was like, she was really excited to watch the 3D movie Cinderella, and she was so very much fascinated to watch the story in real characters. That too more than me and my sister. So that I really feel that connects with what you said, ma'am. Ma'am, thank you so much for clarifying my question, ma'am.
Welcome, welcome, darling.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, I feel only one proverb comes to my mind. Every cloud has a silver lining. That's what we learn from fairy tales. Whatever the challenges are beauty, we see beauty, which is internalized, which is externalized, and we get that everything comes from the fairy tales. Yes, you're right, Ridhima. Yes, as you know, I'm your mother's age or older, but I still like to watch fairy tales. Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. And next speaker we have is Parthavi. What a lovely name, isn't it, ma'am? So, Parthavi, ma'am, is all yours now.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Parthivi Bhargava, as you know, from class 7B. How are you today?
I'm good, I'm good. So far, so good.
For me, it is such a pleasure to meet you. I feel very lucky. I had a look on Amazon and I saw some of your books. Their titles were looking so interesting. I wonder how you come up with them.
I'm terrible at titles. I'm absolutely horrible at titles. Not a single book of mine has the title that I originally thought of. Every time my publisher says, "What is this?" I'm like, "Okay." So then my publisher sits down and we, kind of write down a list of optional titles and then we choose from them. So I'm glad you like the titles, but the credit for that has to go to my publishers. It's not me. All of
Yes,
our
ma'am.
working titles that are always thrown out of the window.
I'm very passionate about reading books as well, and I have done so ever since I was a child. What books did you particularly read in your school days?
Oh God, I read every and anything that I could get my hands on. You can see my thick spectacles. I'm a very avid reader. My power was minus 8.5 at the age of 11 because I read so much. And the stuff that I really enjoyed reading was the stuff I was forbidden to. My father had these 2 rows of books that I was told you are not to touch. They were like James Bond and stuff. I guess he thought that the violence was too much for us kids. So of course, when you're told not to touch something, you know what you do. So I used to sit in the toilet with the torch and read all the James Bond books. So I mean, I read any and everything. And our book had this very strange system where you were only allowed to take 2 books at a time from a library. It was so frustrating. So I would literally go in the morning, take my 2 books, read through the day, and go back before leaving school and say, "Here, have them back and I have 2 more." The librarian was fed up of me. So yeah, I read everything. But I'd like to share with you the 2 books that really made a huge impact on me. And that came much later in life, because I'd read all kinds of stuff indiscriminately. But when I was in college, there were 2 books I read that just changed my worldview. And the first, strangely enough, was the Mahabharata. My surname's Coelho. I come out of Catholic background. So we didn't really interact with the Mahabharata. The maximum I did was I read it in those Amar Chitra Katha versions. And then I was in college and I picked up Radha Krishna's version and I read the Mahabharata for the first time from the beginning to the end. And it blew me away because at that point we were studying English literature and English epics were being held up to you all the time as this is fabulous, this is fantastic. Look at Greek mythology, look at the Iliad, look at the Odyssey. And none of them compared. I read the Mahabharata and I was like, wow, the depth to this. the shades of gray, the moral dilemmas. It was amazing. And it really made me turn around and look at my own heritage for the first time. I started reading and I realized that we had so much richness here. And for the first time, it made me question what I had accepted unquestioningly until then, was that English literature is great, because I was doing an English literature degree. And I suddenly was like, maybe not. And it was great for the first time to step outside of that kind of colonial brainwashing and look at their literature and look at our literature and say that, and feel proud. And the second book that really made a difference to me was, again in college, I was reading Salman Rushdie's Midnight Children. And up till then, what writers of an Indian origin, when they wrote in English, they always wrote books that would be acceptable to publishers in the West. So there was always a particular kind of idea of India that was put out there. They were writing to be published. But Rushdie didn't do that. He wrote a book in which the characters spoke like you and I speak, with Hindi in the middle, with, broken English. He wrote a story that reflected the India that I recognized around me. And it was fabulous. For the first time, I said, oh, I can actually tell my own stories. I can make characters that are like me. I can inhabit a space proudly. My stories are worth telling. So that was huge. And these two books made that big difference. Both of them allowed me to become a writer because one gave me the courage to stand strong and write as an Indian writer with an Indian voice. And the other made me respect the lineage of where I came from. Together, they were really, really quite seminal for me.
Wow, ma'am, thank you for telling me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. A special thank you this time for bringing out the fact that how rich our own literature is. Because the present generation needs to know that. I remember I was, introduced to Mahabharata through Amar Chitra Katha, the comic book version of different layers and different folds, the different characters. They all came through that, and that's how I think it's today or day before yesterday. I was telling the grade 11 that Iliad and Odyssey, yes, you should know about the Mahabharata because how many layers of meaning today itself in class. I think we were discussing. So, ma'am, I'm so grateful to you. If you can tell these children that they read Munshi Premchand also, they read Vibhuti Bhushan Mukhopadhyay also, they read Sharachandra Chattopadhyay. There's so many illustrious writers. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm so grateful to you for this. And from the comic book, I think a befitting end to today's discussion with our little princess from grade 4C. It's Advita who has a question for you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Advita from 4C. It is a great opportunity to meet you today. I have recently started reading books and enjoy reading it. So it is very nice to meet a person like you. Can you please share some tips on how I can inculcate a healthy reading habit?
Darling, don't inculcate healthy anything. Whenever we're told something is healthy and good for us, then we try to do it. And after a while, we get bored and fed up. So please don't do anything healthy where reading is concerned. Do unhealthy reading. Read the stuff that you love reading. The only way to inculcate a great habit is to love what you do. So pick the books that you enjoy. Don't pick the books that you're told are very good for you and you will learn a lot and there will be moral lessons in this. Please don't. Just find the stuff that you like, that you enjoy and read. That in itself is a huge lesson. You learn to love reading and you will read everything after that. So don't do healthy stuff. Do stuff where your heart leads you. That's how to get a really, really good reading habit. Let your heart lead you. That's it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And may I ask you another question?
Yeah.
What kind of books do you like reading? And as children, what kind of books do we read?
I read any and everything, I have to tell you. I just, if I'm sitting in the toilet and I don't have a book, I'll pick up the shampoo bottle and read the back of it because I just have to read. So at the moment, I'm reading a lot in fantasy because I'm trying my hand at the fantasy genre. So I'm kind of reading a lot to figure out who's doing what in fantasy, what is the stuff I like, what I think is a really good experiment. So I'm reading a lot there. But I read detective stories, I read horror, I read, and if you look at the books that I write, I also write across all genres. I think as a writer, you should be a little bit in love with the larger art of storytelling and not with a particular genre. So I'm in love with telling stories. So I tell funny ones, I tell scary ones, I tell love stories, all kinds. So I'm quite indiscriminate. I'm an indiscriminate reader and an indiscriminate writer. What kind of what kind of your second part of your question is what kind of books you should be reading, right? Well,
Yes.
I must say, I must put in a plug for Indian writers here. You know what happens in the West is their entire publishing industry has a huge marketing industry aligned to it. So they really market the hell out of their books. And you'll see that because if you walk into a bookstore, there'll be rows and rows of Harry Potter, Geronimo Stilton, all kinds of books. And then there'll be one tiny row which has Indian writers. And that's so unfair because Indian writers are doing great writing. If you look at the writing that's coming out of India now for young children, it is amazing. There are fabulous writers out there. Vaishali Shroff, Paro Anand, Jane D'Souza. I mean, I can just go on naming them. There's so many. But because our publishers don't market us, they don't push us, they don't get us on the shelves, kids end up always picking up foreign authors. And I'm going to make a special appeal to you to please step out of your comfort zone and take a look at what Indian writers are writing. There is a wonderful bookstore called Funky Rainbow that curates Indian writers of different age groups for you. You can just write into Funky Rainbow and they'll send you a list of books that they think at your age you should be reading. Please start exploring Indian writers. They are writing stories that matter. They're writing stories that you will recognize. They're writing stories that speak to you and your experience. They're writing stories that tell you that you matter. And that's important. That's really important. If you grow up thinking that a hero can only be white, Western, a Harry Potter, or a superhero from the West, you're not allowing yourself the chance to be a hero. So please do read stories in which you are hero and heroine. It's important because then you can go out and battle the world. So, darling, whatever you read, try and read Indian authors as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Especially because you actually allowed us to fly and you actually made us see that we have to break prototypes. We have to break the fixed, cemented versions of reading and then we have to explore outside. In this context, I would like to invite Sharmila ma'am. Sharmila ma'am, our primary coordinator, is also in the meeting. And ma'am, would you like to say something? Sharmila ma'am?
Thank you, Deepanvita ma'am. It's a pleasure meeting you, Vinita ma'am, and it's children are very excited, and it was wonderful having you with us, ma'am.
It's such a electrifying and straight from the heart session, Vinita ma'am. I don't know about the children. I'm sure they enjoyed, but I enjoyed a lot listening to you speak. I'm just waiting for the day when we can all meet. And I would be so happy if you come to GIS whenever you're in Bangalore and speak to us and encourage us like how you're doing right now virtually. It's such an honor and privilege to have you on this forum with us. And Excellencia is an endeavor that we have always tried to inculcate the reading habit. I know inculcate is not the word you like, but we would want our children to explore as many books as they can, so that they become what do I say, street smart, and they know the world better. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sita ma'am, for this opportunity. Thank you, Vanita ma'am, for being with us, and thank you, children, for facilitating this interview. Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving your valuable time today. And it was so insightful for all of us. That's what I was saying. Not just the students, but for us as well. And it was a pleasure listening to you. Please visit our school whenever you are in Bangalore. Would love to meet you and speak to you. And I would really from now on promote Indian books in my school and stock up the library with Indian books for our students to read, because we have so much more to offer, right? And one thing which really resonated with me is what you said, that if you're going to look at the Westerners as superheroes, you will never be one. So when we bring our culture to the foray, that's when we all flourish and we all also start dreaming big. right? So, it's not just the J.K. Rowlings of the world. We also have terrific writers here, and I'm very glad that you really pointed that out to us. Thank you so much, Vinita ma'am, for
Very
gracing.
welcome, Sita. Absolutely my pleasure. Thank you, children. I have so enjoyed this. I get tired of sitting all alone at home, and I now got to interact with so many kids and be asked great questions. Fabulous. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So many events, all so creative and adventurous. The variety of events had something for everyone, and our talented participants rocked them all. Some of the events helped us explore the Shakespeare in us, while others helped us explore the Sherlock Holmes. Not for a moment did we lose interest. Some of us were introduced to a side of us that we were never aware of. The experience that we had at Excellencia 2021 was unmatched and helped us see things from a more creative perspective. I would like to thank the internal judges who worked so hard to pick out the best out of the best for the final rounds. I would also like to thank the eminent external judges for finding time out of their busy schedules and helping us decide the winners for these lovely events. Thank you, judges.
Creativity is one of the superpowers that can help you become the better version of yourself and this world a better place. It was Mary Lou Cook who said, creativity is about inventing, experimenting, making decisions, growing up, and having fun. I congratulate the team of Gopalan International School, the management, the principal, the teachers, the coordinators for taking this initiative and designing this event. I'm glad to be a part of this event.
Everyone, myself Rupa Shah Mandal. I work with the Green School Bangalore as the pre-primary and the primary head under the guidance of Miss Usha Iyer, our managing director. I would like to start with a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. I would like to congratulate each participant for their spirit and zeal. Dear children, do not take this as a competition. Just enjoy it. Just love it. And every moment that you enjoy, you learn. So learn and enjoy goes hand in hand. All the best to each one of you. I would like to thank the team of Gopalan International School for conducting a brilliant event, Excellencia. Thank you, everyone.
Bad you want it. It's about how hard are you willing to work for it. Hello everyone, my name is Vandana Murli and I am the headmistress of Mount Banyan Global School, Hyderabad. I'm honored to be a part of this esteemed event which is organized by Gopalan International School of Bangalore. Thank you for inviting me today. I would like to congratulate all the children on this platform today, irrespective of you win or not, because I believe that process is more important than product. All the best, children. Give it your best shot.
Dear children, all the very best for your competition. May the best win. It is not winning or losing, but participation that matters.
Music gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. Before we announce the results, we are very proud to introduce to you our very own band, the G Minors, passionately spearheaded by our mentor, Mr. Neville De Monte. The band has won several awards in competitions all over India like Yamaha Teens Rock, Furtado's Bandit, and Torrance Battle of the Bands. We request you to sit back and enjoy the performance.
Never meant to cause you any pain. Only wanted one time to see you laughing. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you bathing in the purple rain. I never wanted to be your weekend lover. Only wanted to be some kind of friend. Yeah. Baby, I could never steal you from another. Such a shame our friendship had to end. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you underneath the purple rain. Honey, I know times are changing. It's time we all reach out for something new. That means you too. You say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind. Think you better close it and let me guide you to the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain.
our little angels of the pre-primary department have performed admirably well and all while looking absolutely adorable. I would like to invite our pre-primary coordinator, Ma'am Pramila Rajesh, to announce the winners of the pre-primary events.
A very good morning to one and all present here. It gives me great pleasure to announce the results of the pre-primary category for Excellencia 2021. It was amazing to watch the little ones perform extraordinarily well with such great confidence and enthusiasm. To start with, Super Tales category, the first prize goes to Aruha of Freedom International School. The second prize goes to Abhyut Shivaraman of Gopalan International School. And the third prize is shared by Thara Iyengar of New Horizon Public School and Harshavardhan Balakrishnan of National Public School, Whitefield. Special prize for costume and props is awarded to Gurunaz Kaur of Guru Nanak Public School, Ludhiana, R.B. Mishra of Delhi Public School, Whitefield, and Ahan Chowdhury of Gopalan International School. Congratulations to all the participants and winners of the Super Tales category. To move on, Pick and Speak category, the first prize goes to Kyra Natasha Fernandez of St. Vincent Pelotti School. The second prize goes to Jaden Abraham Manu of Notre Dame Academy, Bangalore. And the third prize goes to Sunidhi P of Auden Kids. The special prize is awarded to Satvik G of Freedom International School. Many congratulations to all the winners and participants of Pick and Speak category. The third category, Rhyme and Rhythm, the first prize goes to Adrita Sahu of Freedom International School, and the second prize goes to Advait Anu Menon of National Public School, Whitefield, and the third prize goes to Atri Ghosh, Don Bosco Lilua, Kolkata. A special prize for the prop and presentation is awarded to Parishi Singhal of Gopalan International School and Harini L. Narasimhan of Gopalan National School. Many congratulations to all the participants and winners of Rhyme and Rhythm category. Thank you.
Our primary students charmed us with their talent and enthusiasm. I would like to invite our primary school coordinator, Ma'am Sharmila Nilesh, to announce the winners of the primary events.
Good morning, honorable directors, respected guests, principal, parents, teachers, and my dear children. The primary section of Gopalan International School had conducted 5 competitions over the course of 3 days. Excellencia 2021 was a wonderful experience for all the students, parents, and teachers. We had students from across the country actively participating in the competition with vigor and enthusiasm. We organized a show and tell competition for the students of grade 1 and a story narration competition for the students of grade 2. The importance of speaking, theatre in education, drama, and acting were exhibited by the students of grades 1 and 2. We had 2 rounds for each of the competition with over 95 participants. The topics were given to the students and they had to choose among it. The students put up an exemplary performance. We are proud to present the awards for grade 1 show and tell competition. I am honored to present the commendable award to Master Amit Iqbal of New Horizon Public School. Congratulations, Master Amit. The second runner-up goes to Miss Priyadarshini of St. Patrick Academy and Miss Vrishti of Vidya High School. Congratulations. The first runner-up, Miss Tanmay Premnath of Gopalan National School. The winner of the show and tell competition, Miss Arohi Sharma of Whitefield Global School. Congratulations. I am honored to present the awards for grade 2 story narration competition. The commendable award goes to Miss Charanya BM of Croot Memorial School. The second runner-up goes to Miss Elena Fatima Coelho of Freedom International School and Miss Shruti of Whitefield Global School. The first runner-up goes to Master Kesar Bafna of Inventure Academy. The winner of the story narration competition, Miss Joanne Evelyn Anto of St. Francis Xavier's High School. To correctly express ideas, transmit confidence and enthusiasm, persuade and influence others is far more valuable than knowledge. They are the cornerstones of an effective and successful leadership based on prestige, influence, and ability to inspire others. We had organized a poem recitation competition for the students of grade 3 to appreciate poetry and an extempo competition for the students of grade 4. There were 2 rounds for each of the competition with over 76 participants. The students were marvelous and spontaneous in their performance, which was inspiring to witness. We have the winners of the poem recitation competition for grade 3 students. We have the Commendable Award, which goes to Master Ayushman of Freedom International School. The second runner-up goes to Miss Adya Bhatt of Chris International School and Miss Irene Matthew Irali of Ryan International School. The first runner-up goes to Miss Uttara of Inventure Academy. The winner of the poem recitation competition, Master Sudeva Sandeep of Gopalan International School. Congratulations, dear winners. I'm honored to present the awards for the extempo competition conducted for grade 4. The commendable award goes to Miss Vanisha Podar of Gopalan International School. The second runner-up award goes to Miss Yvonne Rebecca Matthew of St. Francis Xavier High School and Miss Dia M. Danu of St. Vincent Pallotti School, Bangalore. The first runner-up goes to Master Chayanet Kaushik of Bishop Cotton School, Residency Road, Bangalore. The winner of the extempo competition, Master Siddiq Nag, Whitefield Global School. Congratulations, dear winners. Learning spellings can aid in solid phonic awareness and knowledge of sound letter associations. Knowledge of spellings are important because it aids in reading and writing. It helps cements the connection that is shared between sounds and letters. It assists students to gain confidence in their reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills of the language, which are of paramount importance in linguistic skills. We organize a spellathon for the students of grades 1 to 4. I'm honored to present the awards for the spellathon. In category 1, which was for grade 1, we have the commendable award, which goes to 2 students, Master Aldrin Lil Saji of MG School of Excellence and Master Abhay Kiran, Presidency School, Nandini Layout. The second runner-up award goes to Master Sean Nevin of Notre Dame Academy. The first runner-up award goes to Miss Andrea John of St. Francis Xavier High School. The Spell Bee Champion of Excellencia 2021 of Grade 1 is Master Sayansh Ramkumar of Gopalan International School. Congratulations, dear winners. In category 2, which was for grade 2, we have the commendable award, which goes to Master Abhinayu Jayanti of Whitefield Global School and Master Aditya Karyavun of Mount Banyan Global School. The second runner-up award goes to Miss Khadija Fatima of RB Public School. The first runner-up goes to Master Vasu Bandari of Gopalan International School. The Spell Bee Champion of Excellencia 2021 of Grade 2 is Miss Akshara Menon of National Public School, Whitefield. Congratulations, dear winners. In category 3, which was for grade 3, we have the commendable award, which goes to Master Sri Hari Bharatwaj of Presidency School, Miss Anna Anish of Notre Dame Academy, Bangalore. The second runner-up award goes to Miss Vaishnavi S. Adiga of Auden Public School. The first runner-up is Miss Tanushka B.S. of Gopalan International School. The Spell Bee champion of Excellencia 2021 of Grade 3 is Miss Anshi Gupta of National Public School. Congratulations, dear winners. In category 4, which was for grade 4, we have the commendable award which goes to Miss Priti of Presidency School, Master Aditya Bhattacharjee of New Horizon Public School. The second runner-up is Master Ridan Thakur of Freedom International School. The first runner-up is Miss Adyasha Senapati of Gopalan International School. The Spell Bee champion of Excellencia 2021 of Grade 4 is Master Srihari Abhilash of Auden Public School. Congratulations, dear winners.
The talented orators of the middle school department left us speechless and remembering what it was like to be innocent and candid. I would like to invite our middle school coordinator, Ma'am Simi Nair, to announce the winners of the middle school events.
A very good morning to one and all present here. On behalf of Gopalan International School, I am pleased to welcome you all to the closing ceremony of Excellencia 2021. Before I announce the results, I would like to thank our directors, Dr. Prabhakar and Mrs. Sunita Prabhakar, our dear principal, Dr. Sita Shankar, and dedicated middle school staff for their never-ending support to make this event a grand success. Thank you. It is the time that everyone had been waiting for. The winners of events, Celadil, Nevertheless, and Scenario. To us, everyone is a winner here. Winning and losing are both very temporary. You don't stand still, you move ahead. All you have to do is work hard and give it the best shot. So here are the results of Celadil event. Starting from third place. The third place goes to Harshal of Gopalan International School, Sarvesh B from National Public School Whitefield, and Tarang Donti from Whitefield Global School. The second place goes to Nandika from St. Patrick's School, and the winner is Manasa from St. Patrick's School. Congratulations to everyone. For the next event, Nevertheless, the third place goes to Palak Sharma from Bethany High School. The second place goes to Ananya Garg from Gopalan International School, and the winner is Harsimar from Ryan International School. Congratulations, everyone. For the event scenario, the third place goes to Ashok Sharma and Meghna from Shishugre. Second place goes to Sana Santamano from Gopalan International School, and the winner is Prahlad Deepak from National Public School, Whitefield. Once again, congratulations to all the winners. Thank you to all the participants who took part in Excellencia 2021. I hope this competition will leave a sweet memory to all the participants. We were impressed by the originality and the high standards of your work. You all were amazing. Keep it up. See you again next year. Until then, stay safe. Bye-bye.
Our young adults lived up to the title of the grown-ups, emanating maturity and brilliance. I would like to invite our senior school coordinator, Ma'am Amuda Mary Edward, to announce the winners of these senior school events.
A very good morning to all the participants of Excellencia 2021. We are so pleased that you were able to join us this year and helped us in making this event a memorable one. Excellencia is very special to GIS. We believe that fostering English language and creative development through these friendly competition is an excellent way to foster these skills. And we sincerely hope that we were able to fulfill this objective. I trust all the participants had an opportunity to demonstrate their ability while also having an opportunity to refine their skills. And we congratulate all the participants and we also congratulate all the winners. We are so pleased to welcome you to the Winners Circle of Excellencia 2021. We wish you good luck and stay safe and blessed. And I now request Mrs. Shanti Majumdar, our IGCSE coordinator, to announce the results. Thank you.
A very good morning to one and all present here. I am very pleased to announce the results for the high school events Excellencia 2021. Rob Thomas says, "You cannot fail without your consent. You cannot succeed without your participation." Participation is very important as it exposes you to a lot of learning, sharing and experiencing. So no matter you win or you lose, you must participate as it is always going to give you a good learning experience. So without waiting anymore, let me quickly start with announcing the results. So the first event I'm going to announce is Milord, and the first place goes to Trisha Chatterjee and Shivani Dinesh from Gopalan International School. The second prize goes to Anjali Sri Krishnan and Diya Srivastav from Freedom International School. Third prize, it goes to two schools and it goes to Dilpreet Singh and Avneet Kaur Anand for Billabong International School. Also, the third prize goes to Aparajitan N and Ritvik Guru Kiran from MG School of Excellence. Congratulations! Best Speaker Award goes to Carolyn Shreya from Freedom International School. Also, to Tanush Mahendra from Whitefield Global School. Special mention to Veda Bankar and Kavya Komanan from Gopalan International School and Harsha Ahmed and Akshaya Nune from National Public School. Congratulations everyone. Moving to the next event, Gen Z. The first prize is secured by Harpreet Kaur, Gursirat Kaur, Rehneet Sehgal, Swatej Singh from Guru Nanak Public School. The second position goes to Arun R, Nidhi Karkada, Arjun Mehtre, Johan V. Skara, Harish M. Ravishankar from Gopalan International School. Third position goes to Sukant Soundirajan, Jhanvi Sharma, Karan Kumar, Jarditya Swine, Siri Rao from National Public School, Whitefield. And third position is also secured by Abhay Nambiar, Joshin Matthew, Harsh Makharia, Sameet Bhatt, Samrudh Bhatt from Notre Dame Academy. Congratulations everyone. Moving on to the next event, which was artistry. The first place goes to Laura Nasheed, Sandlin Sajid, Sania Firdos and Sabiha Taj from Oasis International School. Second place goes to Tushar A.D. Rao, Madesh M., Aditya S.A. from Presidency School, Nandini Layout. Third position goes to Sanchita Patra, Nidhi Teresa Paul, Annie Mariam Kurain, Sanjana Madhunari, Kira Maria Jason from Notre Dame Academy. Congratulations everyone. Moving to the next event, impersonation. The first position goes to Sanvi Malaysia from Presidency School, Nandini Layout. Second place goes to Smriti from St. Charles High School. Third position goes to two children. One is Evelyn Tessa Grace from Gopalan International School and third place is also secured by Manika Mishra from Shishugraha Montessori and High School. Congratulations children. The last event is Catharsis and the first place goes to Mark Anthony Lawrence from St. Vincent Palety School. Second place goes to Hima Gauri S. from St. Charles High School. The third place goes to Noel and Jiku from Notre Dame Academy. Congratulations to all the winners. I would like to congratulate all the awesome winners and also warmest gratitude to all the participants who have participated. You all are truly amazing. So once again, congratulations to everyone. See you again on Excellencia 2022. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thanks is the highest form of thought, and gratitude is happiness doubled by wonder. With that, we introduce to you the HOD of the English department, the epitome of inspiration, Miss Dipanuta Chatterjee, to deliver the vote of thanks.
You don't have to chase extraordinary moments to find happiness. It is right in front of you if you are paying attention and practicing gratitude. And that is what I am privileged and honored to do now. Express my deep gratitude for individuals without whom Excellencia 2021 would be a distant dream. My heartfelt gratitude to our Director Sir, Dr. Prabhakar and Ma'am Sunita Prabhakar for being our pathfinders with their impactful vision and endeavor. Thank you, Sir and Ma'am, for creating numerous opportunities for us. Our respected General Manager, Colonel Shailendra Rao, is an individual who has tremendous initiative and an eye for detail. Thank you, sir, for inspiring us with your zealous energy. My gratitude and deep appreciation for our beloved principal, Dr. Sita Shankar. Dear ma'am, you are truly a friend, philosopher, and guide. You fill our hearts with a desire to bring a change at all times with compassion. Thank you, ma'am, from the core of our hearts. The magnitude and depth with which Excellencia was conducted was unthinkable without the diligence and foresight of our dear coordinators, Amuda ma'am, Simi ma'am, Sharmila ma'am, Pramila ma'am, and Shanti ma'am. Dear ma'ams, please accept our heartfelt gratitude and love for all you have done. My deep appreciation and regard for my dear colleagues who have exhibited exemplary dedication and loyalty to all their responsibilities. A big thank you for all of you. At all times, our dear Naina ma'am and Neeta ma'am have been rock solid pillars in the execution of this brilliant event. Thank you, the entire admin department. Thank you, Prashant sir and Sendhil sir, for all possible technical assistance. The show gained color and brilliance all because of you. Coming to our participants, I am falling short of words. Dear participants, your zeal, creativity, exuberance, and talent took our breath away. The great poet William Wordsworth was so right in saying, "The child is the father of man." Thank you, all of you, for your enthusiastic participation. I would like to end with a prayer, with a fathomless offering of gratitude for God Almighty for making our blessings far greater than our challenges. Thank you, God, for everything. Thank you, everyone present, once again. Wish you happiness and health at all times.
I think beautiful things are not meant to last, so that for the short time they are here, we are able to appreciate them and love them so much more fully than if they lasted forever. What an adventure it was, and we couldn't have asked for better company. Despite the pandemic times, we pulled it off. The event was a success. All thanks to the teachers who lost their sleep over coordinating the events to excellence, and to our young enthusiastic participants who all performed tremendously well. Every man can transform the world from one of monotony and darkness to one of excitement and adventure. And that is exactly what Excellencia 2021 has achieved. Trying to spread some joy during these tough times is what we intended to do. And I think I can speak for everyone when I say this event left us with several happy memories and hope that tells us we can dream as high as the sky and achieve what we want in life with hard work and perseverance. This event taught us how to extract the little moments of joy from our life every day. Thank you all for being here and supporting us throughout the event. For what avail the plough sail, or land of life, if freedom fail? Without the struggle of our freedom fighters, we could have never had the opportunity to come across such experiences. Keeping them in our memories, I request you all to stand up for the national anthem.
With the hope that we meet again next year, I declare Excellencia 2021 officially closed. Stay safe, stay happy. Thank you.